Hi, I'm Mary Jo Gilbert. I teach 4th grade at Presentation School. My class has used the iPads for science, social studies, and reading. We have been able to access information on the iPads to use for some ongoing reports. We are currently studying the difference between climate and temperature. So the students have gone to a capital city and recorded the temperature. We'll do that periodically throughout the year so that they can see that the climate is composed of the temperatures and not just the temperature at any given time. We've also used the iPads for math to do some work on it. The kids like the chalkboard application where they get to write on it, have their own individual chalkboards. The kids are always excited when we get the iPads into our room, and they think it's great and they would like to have more. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Heyman, and I am the kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade reading and math specialist for Presentation. I help the kids, all the kids, for about 40 minutes each week in different levels, whether it's reading or math. One of my favorite apps to do with the kindergartners is called Teach Me Kindergarten, and it provides a lot of
To select one of these answers, drag it to here.
A lot of different learning for
What is 2 plus 1?
For the children. They can look at the answer, or they can look at the problem and see that there's 2 sand castles, and then they can decide how many they need to add. Here they need to add 1. So whether they choose to do it in their head or choose to use their fingers or choose to use the differential learning that's provided for them, they can add
1.
The number of items that they need to solve their problem, and then they can either count it or they can touch and count, and it helps count them for
1, 2, 3.
Helps count them for them. Then they're able to recognize the numbers and drag them up to solve the problem.
Keep up the good work. 2 plus 1 equals 3.
And then it reinforces what they've just done.
Find the word and.
And then it also provides sight words for them. They can go through and differentiate what word they want them to find, and then touch the answer.
Good work. You found the word and.
It then also keeps track of their progress as they go through, and as they complete each level, then it gets a little bit harder. Another one of my favorite apps to use with all the grades is Sight Word Bingo. It's a variety of primary sight words all the way up to 3rd grade sight words, and they have to find the word and then create a bingo. And they don't know that they're learning, which makes it fun. So they listen to the word, and then they find the word that they've been asked to find. In this case, it was the, and then they like to see the different aliens that pop up as they create their bingo board.
Here.
And you can play it in pairs, they can play it alone. It really just helps reinforce those sight words, the words that they can't decode, for memory repetition. And then it's very exciting when we get a bingo at the end. They get very, very excited. And they also get very excited as to which little alien pops up as well.
4.
And then too, it keeps track of which sight words they have learned and have not learned. Another one of my favorite ones for all age groups is called Mapopolis. It helps with math. You can choose addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, and then you can choose easy, medium, or hard, and the only difference between those levels is how fast the time goes. So they have to solve the problem and then touch the burning window, and then when all the burning windows are done, then it ends, and you can choose a different fact. One of the reasons why I like it a lot is you can choose specific math facts. So if your child is having a hard time just doing 5s, you can specifically just focus in on 5s, or you can specifically focus in on just multiplication or subtraction, or whichever, or you can mix them all up and work on all of them. It's good for that rapid fire math fact practice. Another one that I use a lot with the 2nd graders and the 1st graders is the chalkboard app, and because in first grade and second grade they're working on lots of blends, and there's more letters in the words than there are sounds, we use the different colors of chalk to write the words so that they can see the different sounds that the word makes. So for example, chin, you could choose the pink chalk and the CH makes the ch sound, and then switch chalk colors to write the other sounds, I, and then N, so that you can see that it's 3 different sets of sounds, but it's actually 4 letters. And then you can erase it and move on to the next word. One of the last things I do when I'm with them, and I do it every day for each child, and then every week I send it on to the teachers, is I take really specific notes as to what each child has done and how they've progressed. Like with their spelling words, I write, how they spelt it versus how it was supposed to be spelled, so that they know what they have to work on. It goes to the teacher, so the teacher knows what they've secured and what they haven't secured. And then at the end of each quarter, I compile all these notes of each individual child and send it home with the parents and their report card.
So the 7th graders, 8th graders, and the 6th graders use the iPads mainly the 8th graders in math right now because it's a flipped classroom. So it's really great because I can have the iPads right in my classroom, so when they finish up a lesson, they can hop online, watch the next one, and stay current on all of their material, and there's not the downtime waiting to be able to watch the next video. And also because the computer lab gets used for computer class, it's nice to have the iPads because then I'm not having to send them across the hall in order to watch the videos. In English, we use them. We were actually using them today to correct and peer edit each other's papers, and then we're going to be able to pull them up onto the smart boards and discuss as a class what type of editing they've done on the paper, and then what other improvements can be made to that paper. And so each student will see and get input from multiple students instead of just 1 or 2 of their friends. And then with book discussions, we're now able to use the Edmodo app on the iPads to interact and pretend and make posts as different characters, and I can post questions to poll the different groups, and they can answer it, and we can get instant feedback. And so it's a way to get input from students that maybe are shy to answer in class, because all they have to do is type out an answer really quickly.
Hi, my name is Nick Foley. I teach history and religion in the middle school, and I'm very excited about the iPads we have. I'm fortunate to have one that I'm using right now myself, and I can say as a teacher it can revolutionize the way you teach and what you're capable of doing. Just having a camera on it changes things. To give you an example, the other day we were working on preparing for a test, and the students were writing down an answer to a question I asked, and they had to write 1 paragraph. I was able to go around, take my iPad, take pictures of their paragraphs. We could put them up on my projector screen, and immediately we're able to analyze their paragraph and how they answer the question. And the great thing with that is before, you either have to have transparency and a lot of transparency sheets, and it's hard because they have to write so big, or you just do it verbally and people forget. With this, it's very easy to pay attention to. I'm able to put it in a program where we can cross things out, add things in, combine 2 together, and it's just amazing. It helps so much, I think, with writing in general. Another thing we did was we had the Apostles' note cards, where students made note cards. We were able to take those note cards, take a picture, and the other students were able to learn from their note cards as they looked through them on the screen. And there's so many things that can be done. We use a program called Edmodo, which allows us to immediately have a quiz taken in the room. So each student has an iPad. They take a quiz, and I as a teacher get immediate results. And so I can see they understood this well, but this needs to change. We need to go back and go over this again. That gives you a lot of power, because you can find the weaknesses. I can look at individual students or the whole class, but there's so many things we can do. And I can honestly say that I do believe iPads are the future in education, as far as where we're going to go, specifically on a middle school level, but in a lot of general ways on an elementary level too. And the more we can have available, the more I think we'll see the use, and the more use we have, the more interested students are going to be in learning, because they do take on learning from a different perspective, and it's great to see. So thank you for your generosity, and we look forward to continue to use these products and learn more about them.